Hi, and welcome to the podcast, the Home Expo Podcast. I am Tammie Hartman, your host from the Sonoma North Bay Home Expo. And I'm here with Russell Wahl with Sonoma County Carpentry. And Russell, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business?
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show, Tammie. My name is Russell Wahl. I'm the owner of Sonoma County Carpentry. We're a bathroom, kitchen, renovation specialists. We opened in January of 2021, and we have been exploding in our marketplace.
Wow. So I want to tell the audience how I actually met Russell. I mean, social media is such a big component to meeting your home improvement specialist, your potential customer. And how I met Russell was on Facebook. He was posting every day videos of him and his team and what they do and the jobs that they were doing. And I really liked how he was engaging with the audience. And so I invited Russell to come to the Sonoma North Bay Home Expo in March of 2021, I believe. Or maybe it was the following one, but he's been with our shows for the last 2 years. He's a wonderful person to talk to. He's very informative. He is really easy to work with. His work ethic is amazing. And I just really wanted to let the community know that if you're in Sonoma County, give Russell a call. At the end of this podcast, we'll have a link to his website, all his contact information down below, so you can get in contact with him as well. So, Russell, what do you think are the most common ways that people are kind of upscaling their homes? We know that people are working from home more often nowadays, and of course, they want maybe their home office to look better, feel better. What is the most common remodeling job that you've done, say, in the last year or two?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the most common remodeling jobs is a bathroom renovation. The money that's spent on a bathroom and a kitchen definitely goes to raising the value of that house. It said that 50 cents for every dollar that is spent in those two places increases the property value. Depending on your design choices, and then also the buyer's eye. If you make the design more appealing to more people, then it actually becomes more valuable, because when somebody goes to purchase the house, then more people are interested in the house. A lot of times there's this conversation that we have with our clients around, are we putting in this bathroom or this kitchen for you to enjoy for the next 20, 25 years? Or are we doing it to increase the value of the house because you're planning on selling it in the next 5 years? Because the ways that we're going to be designing that space are going to be completely different depending on what the goal is for that renovation.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if you're going to turn around and sell it, you want to make sure that you get your return. You're not going to spend 20 grand on a bathroom when it only needs to be like 10 grand, right?
Correct. Exactly. And then you're going to, it's like, and then, maybe you don't like the subway tile and you'd rather have this decorative tile, but spending a bunch of money on decorative tile that may or may not fit the masses' choice when going to sell the house also doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So, what are some things that are unique about your company that sets you apart from other carpentry businesses in the area?
Yeah, so Sonoma County Carpentry understands clients. So we have created a sales process that includes education in construction, because we know that our clients are only going to be doing a bathroom renovation or a kitchen renovation one time in their life. People don't decide to spend $60,000 to $100,000 on a kitchen renovation and then go 2 years from now, that experience was so amazing, let's do that one again, right? And so part of our process is that we do what's called a project execution plan. So when we come out to meet with our clients, we video camera from the driveway into where the project location is. We voice record the entire conversation so that we can build accountability and transparency in what we're doing. And then we have education that goes on in the design choices that the client's going to make, because our clients have an idea of what they want and then they have a budget. And it is a process of saying, okay, well, you can spend it this way and you can spend it this way. And here's the implications of actually making those choices, so that we're leading them to make an informed decision when it comes to the contract that they're going to be purchasing.
That is the best answer I have ever gotten, because I completely redid my house about a year and a half ago. And I had questions about why they were doing this and why they were doing that. And they answered my questions, but I didn't really understand what their process was. And so I think for homeowners who think that they are DIYers, it's they probably feel comfortable that you are so transparent. I mean, there have been lots of contractors in the past where they're shady and they're they don't give clear answers, and they give carpenters a bad rap. And I mean, me as a homeowner, I want to know that I can trust the person that I'm working with. So education is really, really important. What do you think are the newest and greatest trends that are coming to market nowadays? I mean, I think that some people were interested in like efficient stoves and efficient appliances. It's like, is there any other products that are coming out that are going to be more maybe economically friendly or environmentally friendly? Do you have any knowledge of that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's products that are coming out all the time that both solve the energy stuff and then also are more budget friendly. When it comes to taking an existing space and then making it better, there's only a few things that you can do, like making your appliances more efficient, putting in windows that are more thermal barriers so that there's not as much heat and cold exchange. But as far as like the existing structure, right, there's a bunch of new insulations and stuff like that have come out, but it requires a lot more work to actually get stuff behind the walls. And so it doesn't make financial sense to do some of the upgrades that are available. Now, when you're building a house or you're doing a new structure or you're doing an addition, then using a lot of those new products that are coming out makes sense because they're going in new for the first time. But as far as like taking the existing structure and existing footprint of the house and putting in new things in there, there's a few. One of the best things that somebody can do in the like kitchen space is to make the kitchen more functional, right? Like adding rollout trays so that they have access to everything in their kitchen. They also have these new bases where like it has a basket that actually will slide in and over.
Oh my
So,
gosh, I have seen those and those are amazing.
right?
Or those little kick drawers on the bottom, so you're not wasting that space
Yeah.
in the
So that
bottom.
you can actually use the space more functionally and like
Yes,
and have
yes.
access. So you're not like pulling out the all the breakfast cereals just to get to the, you know.
And I mean, my kitchen has there's space in between the wall and the refrigerator. And so having that extra space for like canned goods or bags or whatever you want to put in there, I think that people are using every little bit of space that they can come up with. I've noticed that people are going more towards minimalism, not having as much stuff, or having stuff but being able to hide it in clever areas.
Yes.
So I get that. So what do you think would be the biggest bang for their buck?
If they're going to sell the house, the biggest bang for your buck is the front landscaping and the front facade of the house, right? So the curb appeal, right? After the curb appeal, it is the front entrance when somebody walks in, right? So like having one type of flooring, right? Or not having the 70s tile entry that goes into some carpet to the right and some vinyl to the left, like
Oh, okay.
right, like having that front entry when somebody walks into the house. If you're going to go sell the house, having it be nice, clean, all one type of material, that it just gives it that wow factor that makes more people go, oh, this could be the house that I want. And then when it comes to the biggest bang for your buck in the kitchen, right? Like just if you have a very strict budget and you're looking at just what's the simplest upgrade that you could do that would dramatically change your kitchen, and that's new countertops. So whether or not you have like Formica countertops or granite countertops or tile countertops, taking those and putting in a new countertop that is clean and sleek and nice with an undermounted sink will give it that wow factor.
I think you're the third person that says that homeowners really enjoy a very sleek, clean, non-cluttered area. And I think that that's really important because, I mean, we go to work, or we go to the office, we're driving around, and there's so much um, like sensory overload that we need to come home and
Yeah.
come into a nice, safe, comfortable, clear, like blank canvas space. So I totally get that. So, do you offer any free offerings for people who would like to talk with you, like a free estimate or anything like that?
Yeah, so we'll absolutely have any kind of conversation on the phone for free. We'll talk about whatever we need to talk about. When we go to do that project execution plan, it is something that we sell because it is a service that we provide for our customers. We're spending the time to do our due diligence in the process so that we can actually put down on paper exactly what the project's going to look like. So at the end of that, we actually we have a booklet that's our project execution plan that has a Google Maps picture of their house. It has a description of the client, who lives in the house, whether there's pets, what remarks that we have about the neighborhood, where to park or not park. And then we have what day one looks like, what demo, rough plumbing, rough electrical, and it's all spelled out in that booklet. And what we have done with that is that it's anywhere from $500 to $2,000 depending on the size of the project, but we deliver that with our contract. And at that time, our clients have the choice of going with us into contract. And if they do go into a contract with us, we credit the contract, the cost of doing the plan.
Mm,
But
okay.
if they choose to, they can actually take that plan and they can go have it bid out by 3 other contractors if they want to. And the reason why
Wow.
we've done that is because now there's 3 contractors that are all going to be bidding out the same project.
Hmm.
I'm sure that you've experienced this. Contractors come out and you have 3 contractors and you've told them about your project. They've taken whatever information, maybe they've spent an hour, going over the project. They go back to their computer, they type up what they remember or what was talked about. And now the client gets 3 estimates or bids, and some of the language is similar and some of it's not similar. And then the client's like, okay, like how do I decipher what I'm actually getting
Mm.
and all of these projects. And then what happens a lot of times is that contractors will make up for their lack of planning on those estimates by doing change orders
Oh,
later. And so we've done this process so that we can build accountability. So part of Sonoma County Carpentry, like our motto is raising the industry standards. And so part of that is building that transparent project for our clients so that they can say, this is exactly what we want. This is exactly what we're signing a contract for.
I used to be a bookkeeper for contractors, and having to redo those change orders.
Yeah, right? Like
Oh my
it's a
goodness.
big thing. Yes.
Yes, it's there were days where I would just be doing change orders all day, and it's not for just one project, it's for many projects. So I really appreciate your transparency and your accountability. I remember us having a conversation about being accountable. There's not a lot of education and accountability and transparency with a lot of these contractors because some of them don't want to take the time to really educate their customer. You know, they know what they have to do. It's in their head. They can't put it down on paper, and then it ends up costing the customer a lot more because they didn't understand or it wasn't clear. So I really do appreciate the uniqueness of Sonoma County Carpentry, and I really have enjoyed talking with you and getting to know your business a little bit better. And I think that if you guys aren't calling this guy to at least come out and have a conversation, then you're missing out on a lot of really good information. And one more thing is that I remember we had a little conversation that you were dipping your toes in some other kinds of projects. Can you touch on those a little bit?
Yeah. So as a business owner, I got control issues, and
Yes.
part of part of the part of the industry is that, as you were saying, there is a lot of contractors, and they have good hearts, and they want to do a good job. I think that they just don't know or don't understand how to do it, and so they're great technicians. They're like they can do the technical work, but the communication, the customer relationship, like the actual business part of the business owning, they don't necessarily understand. And so with subcontractors, it's the same thing. So I'm in the process of partnering with my subcontractors
Hmm.
so that my subcontractors are operating out of the same transparency and accountability that is expected, so that we're building a team of people that can serve our clients' needs. And so our clients, what happens with them is that we do such a great job, and then they call us up and they're like, oh, well, we have this small problem with an electrical thing,
Hmm.
right? And so the idea is that we're going to have this network of people that operate out of the same core values, so that when our customers call and we're referring people, that they are going to be getting the same level of service and expectations that they got from us to begin with. And so if I can't find those business owners and partner with them, then I plan on buying those businesses and then managing them.
That sounds fabulous. I've dealt with subcontractors before and they all work differently, but to have some consistency and some trust in the subcontractors that you hire, I think speaks volumes. I think that most homeowners understand that a general contractor will sub out certain things like plumbers and electricity and things like that, and they're not really sure what they're getting. But if they're getting the referral and the training and the education from you, and you've already established a relationship with them, I think that that really speaks volumes. And so I want to thank you again, Russell, for coming on our podcast. And we look forward to seeing you around the community and If you would like to get in touch with Russell, we will link his website and information down at the bottom. And remember to like, subscribe, and share this podcast. And we look forward to talking with you and seeing you very soon. Thank you.